Let's go right now. Things are about to change. Things are about to change. You're not ready for this. You're not either. If you take a look at my messy little desk over here, you can see a lot of different things. You can see a little Google Home being held by Atlas, a can of corn, candle, a little vacuum cleaner, whatever. But this is my newest, most recent addition, found at a junk shop, a vintage Dilbert M&M dispenser. Now, I don't support any of the views of Scott Adams or whatever his name is, but this hunk of junk is a beauty. When I first got it, it was slimed up, covered in chocolate, covered in some nasty gunk that you do not want. But I've done a lot of cleaning up, making the gears keep working and turning, and if you wonder what gears I'm talking about, it's these ones. Oh yeah, he moves, but he's not looking at anything. This is supposed to be holding all the little M&Ms, but we need to think bigger. Bigger than M&Ms, right, Dilbert? We need to just keep thinking bigger and bigger. Oh my God. All right, packages acquired. The idea here is to take this little guy, Dilbert, and put a screen inside his computer area and have it connected to a Raspberry Pi that'll be able to play videos. Now, I don't know how feasible this is. I haven't done much research, but I bought this Raspberry Pi here. Let me take it out of its case. This is a Raspberry Pi to do some ad blocking that did not go well because I did not do my research either. So, common denominator, myself not doing a lot of research, but that's the fun of these types of projects. You have fun doing them, and they usually never work out, but when they do, it is so absolutely worth it. So let's try to figure out what to do. We got these female to female jumpers, that's what they're called. And here we go. Here is the screen that'll be what Dilbert is looking at. Woo! Ooh. Okay. It's actually a touch screen. Isn't that quite interesting? I have my phone positioned sitting on a book that's open like this. It's like balancing. I don't own a tripod. I hope I'm in frame. But okay, what do we need to do for this project? So we need to connect this Raspberry Pi through these jumpers and into these pins on this screen. Now, all these pins have different like words or numbers and stuff that indicate what each pin does. So the top 5 are for the touchscreen capabilities, which is why this came with a stylus, like a DS stylus. I don't need that. Maybe this is the DS? Oh, maybe this is the like DS Lite thing. I don't know. I don't know what this specific screen was used for. It's like $11 now on Amazon, so I don't know. This is a diagram that shows, are you seeing this? A diagram, yeah, there we go. That shows the Raspberry Pi and all the different pins that we will need to be lining up the screen with, okay? So, let's orient it like so. Now, I have these female to female jumper cables, and I'm able to actually peel these from the big stack and connect this to that. Now I need to think which pin goes to which screen pin thing. Stripping all these off. I love the color coding, and I kind of want to chew on these. You know what we should do first? We should actually see if this will fit in the thing. Okay, so, will it fit? Will it fit? This is the test. It will not fit. Wait, this is amazing, guys. This is amazing. We bought all these things and it doesn't even fit. We can do a couple different things. We can do some cutting, which I think is the best option. So basically we need like 2 to 3 centimeters of cutting. So like 1.5 off each side. I didn't actually start sawing anything yet, but got all the wires sticking out of the Raspberry Pi according to this chart of what I need to do. Bad focus, it's okay, you don't really care. So, I think we're good for now. We'll see how this plugs into the screen, do some testing. We'll test it out and then we'll do some of this cutting and make sure it fits inside this little block. But I think we're on the right track for seeing how this should be working. So, thank you to this guide. This picture has been very helpful. This is good progress, good progress. I think the next thing we should do is cut this thing though to make sure it gets in there. Before I start just plugging things in willy-nilly and start doing some random stuff, I'd like to see if this contraption actually works. So technically, if it is working, the screen will light up. I haven't put any OS or anything on the Raspberry Pi, so it should just be a blank screen. So let's see. Plug it in. It sends power to the system. Let's go right now. Let's go. This is a white screen. This is progress. And it is exactly what Dilbert would be watching if he existed. Because he is the most boring individual on Earth. Nice. I should not touch this. It's getting really hot in my hand. Okay, you gotta stop. Oh my goodness. After some canoodling around, we got text to appear on the screen. Debian, GNU, Linux 13, you got Linux on there. Okay. Oh, it's asking for the Dilbert login. How do I even put text in there? Oh yeah. I have to do some more tinkering, but I'll tap back in a second. Okay, this is the best I can do right now. We're currently inside my old Birkenstock that lives on the balcony, so that's fun. Let's see if we can do this. Did I make much progress? Definitely debatable. We're making progress. So, decided that screwdriver technique, not gonna cut it. So, we tried something new. We got some developments. It's just a tad too small for the screen, but we're using, I think these are wire cutters or something, I don't know. It's just sitting around in my my toolbox. So, ooh, there we go. 1, 2. Twist. Whew. Okay. And that, my friends, I think will be good enough for me. Okay, it's the next morning. I got a little sick overnight, took a NyQuil, but I'm feeling a little bit inspo because it's really hot outside. It's like 85 degrees. And I have a lot of these work shirts, so I'm thinking I'll do a little bit of DIYing in the middle of this, oh, you know what? Maybe I won't do it on a work shirt. I'll do it on a cookout shirt. Let's do a little bit of DIYing with some bleach, some tools while we wait for my brain to start up and continue this project of making a screen for Dilbert to watch. Oh my days. Shout out Neha, cutting me up some mango before she left to school. What a breakfast. I'm thinking is a little bit of an ode to this wire cutter tool thing that I was using last night to cut up my Dilbert thing. So it's a little bit same universe, you know? The Dilbert cinematic universe. Get a little bit of bleach. Put in a little cup. Should I do bleach in a cup or should I just spray and be a little rowdy with it? I might just do that. I might just go a little rowdy with it. Let's do that. Okay. We got the cookout shirt. I think this will work.
I'll let this sit for a bit. Maybe take some gloves and bring this the tool back inside and wash that off so it doesn't get destroyed completely. Okay, I don't know if my decision was good. It's looking like that. It looks pretty horrible. Okay, well, just a little bit of a commercial break while we get back into our normal project. Okay, well, because I lack a lot of critical thinking skills, especially when I'm first waking up in the morning, I didn't really realize that I'd probably need to use this today because I need to do a little more cutting. What we gotta do here is, initially I was thinking we could just slide this in like this, get that space, but now I don't want it to be sticking out of the top, right? Like that looks ugly. That looks so ugly. Okay, we're back at the lab. I'm thinking we want to take off this part and just put the video player horizontally within the screen. So let's try that. Okay, we're back in a t-shirt. So let's continue this prying process. Ugh. Spent the past hour taking this clamping tool and prying away plastic pieces. And finally, I think we have a good solution. Look at that. Torn off this entire wall, this entire wall. This one honestly looks a little better except for that one break right there, which is very unfortunate. But we have the entire display sitting pretty snugly in there. Oh, I have super glue all over my fingers. Okay, more rubber bands. This is not doing the trick. Oh, here we go. Here we go, satellite radio. Here we go. Now that is doing the trick. Yes, buddy, yes. I might get more rubber bands. Why not, right? It's like that watermelon challenge. Here we go. Perfect. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Perfect. This is the best solution so far. Okay, great. Hope it doesn't look very DIY, right? Been about an hour, just chilling with Dilly and his whole contraption. Brought in the cookout shirt, threw out all the plastic bits. Looks actually kind of cool. Kinda. I gotta see if I should wash this first or if I can wash it with other clothes. I don't really know, but kind of want to bleach more stuff now. Okay, so a little bit of waiting has been done. Taken off the clamps and everything. The glue is dry on both sides. I'm adding this top cap right now and we'll seal this up so there's no gap right there. This is we're getting there. We're making progress. Hey, we got Jawwood over here. This is the first video on YouTube. Some of you might know me at the zoo. It was just a trial run, kind of my hello world for this project. But I was thinking, let's do something a little more fun. A little more in the spirit of Dilbert. Because Dilbert is just a cartoon. But his creator, Scott Adams, is a cartoon of his own. Let's look up Scott Adams controversy and just read what the AI overview has. Okay, Scott Adams, creator of popular comic strip Dilbert, became heavily embroiled in controversy, particularly in Feb 2023. Semi-recent, a bit ago, 3 years, following a series of racist remarks that led to the cancellation of his comic strip by numerous reporters, or numerous newspapers, and his distributor. So, what's the rant? Well, I don't really want to say these words, but you can read through if you'd like. Scott Adams, not a good guy. So, what would Scott Adams, the Antichrist of DEI, be watching on YouTube? Well, I don't really know what he'd be watching. I didn't really want to put any like Candace Owens or anything on there. Oh, he's dead. Did not know he died this year. Well, I've heard that you can't defame the dead. So, sorry, Scott, but hope you're not. Oh my God, I didn't read this one yet. Questioning the H. Oh boy. Okay, interesting. Interesting guy, right? Scott Adams. So, here's a compilation of a couple videos that I put in increasing craziness. The first one is very wholesome, and this is Blue Scooty, who found a glitch. He was the first person in the world to get this glitch in Tetris. That was a very sought after glitch. I forget what it was called, but basically he maxed out his score and he, I think, beat Tetris. You could do your research, but he does a little baby freak out here and goes through the motions of understanding what he just did. He's the first person as what, a 14-year-old or something to beat this game, maybe 12, I don't know. Very wholesome story. If you want to look it up, there's more to it. Very wholesome. The second video is iconic. The oh my god girl from cup stacking. This sound, oh my god, was sampled in a Skrillex song. Y'all might know about that. The third video is more chaotic. The greatest freak out of all time. My favorite clip, part of the greatest freak out of all time. I forget the guy who uploaded this, but iconic video on YouTube. And this is the part where people remember the most. That remote did not deserve that. Anyway, I wanted to include that because I feel like Dilbert would be watching some crazy stuff like that. And finally, something of my own wheelhouse, something I like to watch that is pretty crazy. Boogie2988 on his podcast Lolcow Live with Keemstar and Wings of Redemption. Going a little crazy as he normally does. This is just one of his clips, but he's going crazy in his clip. And I feel like this is a pretty good full circle with the claps and everything with our peanut gallery to wrap up this entire project. It's been a crazy run. It's pretty chaotic. This thing is super messy. There's super glue literally everywhere. There are holes. There are issues. But hey, we got a working product by the end of the day. It was when did I start this? Yesterday, so it's a 2-day project. Pretty fun project. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me create this thing. I'm going to now upload these videos, export it first, upload it onto here, and I'll show you the final result in a few moments. And finally, after 2 strenuous days of work, we have Dilbert, our friend Dilbert, watching different chaotic videos on his computer. Let's go right now. Oh, do you think he's interested? I think he is. Oh, maybe not. Let me see. Oh, he wanted to watch that remote part. And I wonder if he wants to watch Boogie freak out. Let's see. Oop, let's see. Let's go right now. I'd like to thank Keem and Wings are clapping for us as well as we've embarked on this journey to get Dilbert onto a working, functional computer. Now, we might need to be doing a little more tinkering, but I'm really happy with what we got here. I'm gonna insert some nice product shots once I finish all the gluing up, but Dilbert looks happy too. And this is what I was saying, just some last minute gluing on the top. This backside is glued on. I'm gonna let this sit for a bit, then take off all the excess glue that's sitting up here so it doesn't look all nasty. And we'll be good. He'll be watching Wings for the rest of his life. Okay, we have a final product. You guys wanna see? I think you guys wanna see. I'm gonna show my whole desk and then bring it to Mr. Dilly himself. So here we go. The entire desk setup. Finally looking pretty good. We got the projector that can project onto the back wall. We got the light system. We got the 3D printer. We have the Mandalorian head with the light also inside it. We got the Flex 4. We got the keyboard, the monitors, candle going, Atlas holding up the Google Home, and finally, we have Mr. Dilly himself. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look pretty good? I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty cute. Oh, the remote. And then the Lolcow Live. Yeah, pretty happy with this project. For a 1 day of thinking, 1 day of disassembling, and 1 day of reassembling, it really shows you that whenever you're bored, you can probably do anything. Even if it's silly. Thanks for watching.